Hey everybody, Joy here. It's Tuesday. It must be October 13, since yesterday was October 12. So, hello. How are all of you? So many of you say that you like to just talk with me every day and get your coffee and just sit and talk with me like a friend. So hey, I can't have any coffee today. It's already 12:30 and I'm not allowed to have any coffee afternoon. But I am allowed to have my shake. Jerry is so sweet. We have to go to the post office, or the packages need to go to the post office. But if we go to the post office, I always want to stop at Sonic, or I want to stop at the Country Kitchen. I want to stop somewhere and eat. So I asked Jerry if he would mind going by himself. He said, no, go to the post office and mail your boxes. So you two people ought to be getting your boxes sometime. Maybe by the end of this week, hopefully. So, it's hard posing next to her, you know it? She's so tall. It's like standing next to Biv. You know, Biv's really tall. Plus she has white on and I have pink on. Anyway, look what I found in my closet. Remember the topper challenge? And of course, you know, I made probably 5 or 6, maybe more toppers through the topper challenge, because they're so easy and fast to make. And I didn't remember making this one at all. So I just went and looked. There's a closet outside our bedroom, which is where we hang our coats and our jackets. And so I put my toppers in that closet. So I went out there a minute ago and I went, well, look at that. I've already made a white topper. Now I know you're screaming at me, that's not fall, Joy, that's not a fall color. I know, it isn't, but it's still like summer here. The leaves are still on the trees. They just started turning brown and falling. So it's still kind of summer here, you guys. We have 90-degree weather. So this is the white one. Now I found another one that I didn't make, but it's a darker color. So I wondered what you all thought about this dark blue with it. My shoes are actually going to be dark blue. So let's take this one off. Oh, I really like it. This was Peggy Sager's pattern. This was one of Peggy Sager's patterns that I really, really liked. And hers has the bust sizes in it. And this one is a really nice pattern. I think I made it at least 3 times. So that's a lovely topper. It has a name, but I don't remember what it is. I'll put it below. You guys know to always look below, right? Always look below. So let's put this on her. Well, that joy hanger just bounced right off the table. That's one thing I really don't like about the joy hangers. They don't like to stay hooked on the rod. Alright, I haven't seen this on her yet, so you're seeing it with me. What do you think about the dark blue? I don't know. The dark blue in this garment is really more of a navy, and this is just like a dark normal blue, like in a crayon box. I'm going to stand back and look at it with you. Oh, I think it looks pretty. I think either one would work, but the blue one, the dark blue one, is definitely more fall. Hang down. Now this one isn't going to hang on me straight. She has one shoulder higher, just like I do. So, on me, since this is a store-bought garment, this is probably not going to hang perfectly straight in the front, but that's okay, I don't care. I could take it in the shoulder if I wanted to, and I might. I'll try it on me. Let's try it on me, Bumblebee. God, this room is such a mess. Every day I come up here and I'm supposed to be cleaning this room. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Okay, I think it's pretty good just the way it is. Don't you love the sleeve length? It's really cute. It's even got buttons. Buttons. I'll take them both. I'll take them both. You know, there's air conditioning in the restaurant, air conditioning in the church. So, I decided that, hey, we are leaving next Monday. Oh, something kind of sad. Something kind of sad. Well, it's not sad, it's just, I was all excited to have a sewing room at my grandson's house, you know. And his wife, Lauren, was all excited to have a sewing room. But She has her new business. You know her new business. If y'all haven't been over to Treehouse Knits, I think she has, I'll put it below too. She has her own website. I think she has her own website store now, and she's just selling yarn as fast as she can dye it. She is so busy. She said that she and John actually could just run that business and do fine. But John's working outside. He's better, you know, leaving the house, going to a job, coming back later in the afternoon. So then John helps her. John says he does the pots and the pans, whatever that is. But you know, there is a video on Craftsy about how you dye yarn, and there for a while you could watch all the classes for free when Craftsy came back. And so I watched the one on dyeing yarn, and I thought, oh my Lord. I thought I might be able to dye it once, a certain color, but I don't know how you could ever do it twice. Never mind, 50 times. It is really a talent, I'll tell you. So my daughter and my granddaughter both are really, really good at it. Now my daughter, what's my daughter's business called? My daughter's business is called A Chick That Knits, and knits has a Z on the end of it. Now she sells her stuff on Etsy, I think. And I don't know much about my daughters, do I? I know that Treehouse Knits, Lauren, is on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure that Tammy, A Chick That Knits, is on Instagram too. And their yarn is just beautiful. Now I've told you guys, I don't know how to knit. I do know how to crochet, but I don't want to really get into it because I don't want to just sit. And I did it once before in my life, and I just sat and sat and sat and sat and sat for hours. So I thought, you know, probably I need to stick with sewing and quilting. I do have a new maybe purchase coming up. Jerry just told me I could have it if I want it. Oh, and I started to tell you the sad. Lauren texted me last night, and she said, Grandma, John and I have been talking, and she said, there's just no sense you bringing those sewing machines down here because I'm never going to have 5 minutes to even use them. And I had asked her about it before. Are you sure you want these? You're so busy. So she said, no, don't bring them. So I think I'm going to trade 1 or 2 of them in on one of those 10 needle things. Because, you know, I like to embroider on a baby lock, and its cousin, the brother, I guess they're the same machine according to Becky. But I love to embroider on that, but I don't like to sew on it. I like to sew on a Bernina, hence my Berninas. I much prefer the Bernina feet and the way the Bernina sews over the way the Solaris and the Elissimo sew. I don't know, just because, you know, you get used to what you're used to. And that's what I started out, my very first machine. I bought a Bernina, my very first machine when I actually could afford to buy one. And I bought the 930 was my first Bernina machine. And so I bought the 930, and then I got the 1130, and then I got the 180 embroidery machine, and then I bought one called the Virtuosa. Yeah, I bought a Virtuosa, and then I bought a couple on eBay. I bought a 930 on eBay, and I bought a Virtuosa on eBay, and then I have two I have 2 Bernina 740s. I bought one brand new from a store, and then I bought one with less than half the price I paid for the other one on eBay. And it had 12 hours on it. I have had really, really great luck with the machines I bought. I bought several sergers from eBay, and everything I have gotten has been like brand spanking new, never used. So I've been real fortunate that way. So anyway, she doesn't want the machines. So I'm going to visit our grandkids in Austin, and then we're going to go a little further south, and we're going to visit Becky and Keith in Lavernia, Texas. And a lot of you know Becky at Power Tools with Thread, and I know you wish you were me and you could go there too. And so she said, I said, the first thing I want you to do is fire up that 10 needle and show me how it works. So she said there's some little thing wrong with it, and the people are coming to work on it this week. So maybe by next Thursday when we get to her house, it'll be working and she can show me how it works. But anyway, we're going to go to the store where she got it, called All Brands, and the man is going to try to make me a super deal I cannot refuse at his store. The only thing is, you know, it's 6 hours from here, 5 or 6 hours, 6 hours at least at San Antonio, and that's an awful long way for service. So I don't know how that will work out, actually. I guess I could buy it from him and then have it serviced somewhere else, but the closest dealer that I could take a machine to is in probably McKinney, Texas. and if not McKinney, further down south to Plano. Plano's probably going to be the nearest place. So I tell you, I hope the day comes we don't have to wear these silly masks anymore and we can just get back to living. Just get back to living. You know, Terry's two sisters had COVID, went right through it, no big deal. Her mother died, but her mother had other issues. She didn't have just that. Terry told me she had a mass in her lung that she'd never had removed. It wasn't cancer. And then she had some kind of a heart issue. She was 80-something years old. So, look, we're all going to die sometime. And when we're up in our 80s and 90s, it should be no shock to anybody, you know, if somebody gets really sick that they pass. And if they know Jesus, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We never looked at death as being a sad thing. If you'd lived your life and you were in your later years, and my mother used to say, I can't wait to go to heaven and meet my mother, because she never met her mother. My mother's mother died giving her birth. And she died a couple days later. They said it was lead poisoning. So Mom said she had painted her crib, a crib for her before, a couple of weeks before or something. I don't remember the whole story. But anyhow, my mother used to say, I can't wait to go to heaven. I want to meet my mother. So the day she went, I was so happy for her. Plus, the suffering is over. Who wants to live in a nursing home? If people are in a nursing home, they're not there because they're healthy and they're in their right mind. So just let's remember, a lot of people would have died anyway. A lot of people were already practically there, and they got the COVID, and it just, you know, they get pneumonia and it shoves them over the edge. So don't be terrified. Don't be afraid. I just think these politicians have just used this and blown it up so far out of what's true and honest, just to scare people so they'll vote for the other side. When you don't have a lot to tell the American people of the things you've done, except everything you've done was bad or corrupt, then you've just got to keep saying bad things about the other person. Doesn't matter if they're true or not. Just keep making them up and saying them. Do I really believe that? Yeah, I really do. I really believe it, and so does almost everybody I know. So, do I want to get COVID? No. I have issues. You can hear I have issues. I cut them all out, though. When I'm making these videos, I probably cut out 5 or 10 times when I just start coughing my head off. And I can't talk. So I have allergy issues, and sometimes they get down into my chest, and sometimes my ears get infected. And so Jerry said, you're not a good candidate to get COVID. That's another reason he'll go to town by himself and mail those boxes. Okay? So is there anything else we need to talk about? I may have some machines for sale. I'm not positive yet. I want to wait until I go and I do that trip with Becky to that store. See if I can trade like 6 machines in. 6 for 1. I know that Oklahoma City, John Ramsey told me I could trade as many as I wanted to. So we shall see. The thing about selling things is you have to put them in a box and mail them. And oh, I do not like doing that, you guys. And then there's the chance they'll get lost and never arrive. There's the chance the mailman's going to throw them in the trash like all of those ballots. There's the chance that it's going to arrive broken. So unless somebody wants to come to my house and actually pick these things up, I'm really not interested in selling them. I have several sergers. They're all Bernina sergers that I'm selling because I love Baby Lock. Baby Lock is wonderful, fabulous, amazing. That's another thing about Baby Lock I like better than Bernina. I like the Baby Locks way better than Bernina. I used to have a Bernina embroidery machine. The Baby Lock is 1,000 times better in my opinion. Now, of course, I had one of the very first ones that came out. I think it was the first one that came out. So they're probably a completely different animal now. But once I got used to the Baby Lock embroidery machines, that's just my thing now. I'm comfortable. I'm at home with the Baby Lock embroidery machines. And so I'm thinking about getting the 10 needle because that's all it does is embroider. And I have enough sewing machines. I don't need another sewing machine. So I thought it would be kind of cool. It has its own stand. I could put it right here on its own stand right in front of this door, and I could just move Lucy somewhere else. Would you like to move somewhere else, my dear? Huh? Maybe out in the other room? That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Yes. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Okay. I'm going to go downstairs and fix my noon shake. I have officially lost 6 pounds now. I'm still not real sure where I lost it at because I'm still kind of, I'm really wishing this is what would go away. But maybe in a little more time. I understand that you have to do that fasting thing to lose your tummy. And I'm not good at going 16 hours without food. I'm not too good at that. So I may just have to enjoy being 70 and lose a little bit of weight and just go on with my life and enjoy it. All right? Okay, my dears. Time to go to sleep now. I hope you enjoyed our little chat and you're not upset with me over COVID. I have a right to my own opinion. And I'm just telling you, I will be so glad when it's over. However, one thing that I really like, this is an insert. I'm in the middle of editing my video, and I'm hoping that half of my 19,000 subscribers haven't run away screaming because I dared to talk politics. But as I was editing my video, I noticed that as always, I started to tell you something and got sidetracked. I started to tell you one thing happened out of this COVID that I think is a really good thing, and I hope it keeps on going, and that is the restaurants. Number one, they've moved the tables apart from each other, so everybody's 6 feet apart. Number two, there's nothing at all on top of the table. Number three, they actually sanitize the top of the table and the chairs and the benches. Now, if I owned a restaurant, I would have done that sanitizing stuff to start with. I hate it when I go in a restaurant and they half wash the tabletop and they wiped everything off onto the chairs. 99 times out of 100, I say, could you please bring me a rag so I could clean off the chair? Or I'll take in those sanitary wipes, you know, the Lysol wipes or the Clorox wipes, just in case, so I can wipe it off myself. But that's one thing that I really have enjoyed, especially here in our little town. When you walk in the restaurant, it is spotless. The floor is clean, the tables are clean, everybody's wearing a mask. I also like that the people that work there wear a mask. I think that's good, because you know those people go to work sick. They have to make a living. I used to tell the people that work for me, if you're sick, please don't come to work. We don't want it. But if not going to work means you're not going to get paid, then people go to work anyway, don't they? So I really like the mask thing, and hopefully they're washing their hands. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you, because I know you guys are going, she started to say something and then she never told us. I know. End of insert. Not that I like that anybody in the whole wide world got it, okay? No, don't go there. You wish people were dead. Some of the things people say to me, I just shake my head. I think, why would they think that I think that? Why would you think that the president thinks that he wants people to die? That's just insane. I'm telling you, there's people, my family people out there that will tell you things about me that are no more true than I've gone to Mars and back. They're just totally not true. But in their opinion, because I said a certain thing, well then I'm this or I'm that, and I hate this or I hate that, or whatever. So, be careful about that. And especially when somebody else is saying that person did this and that person did that, unless there's actually proof of it, then don't believe it. Don't believe it. I saw this wonderful we weren't talking about, but you all know about the BLM. We were sitting in our bed last night watching YouTube videos, and this one YouTube video came up of this young black man. And he was dressed very nice and well groomed. And he was signing up other black people at the, they seemed to be mostly black that were there, trying to get them signed up to vote. And he was asking them who they were going to vote for. And then he was telling them, he would start out and say, well, why are you voting for that person? Oh, I don't know, I just think I should. Well, why do you think you should? Well, I think maybe he'd be a little better. Well, why do you think he would be a little better? Well, I'm not sure, but I've heard that he probably could handle things better. Well, did you know that he, and then the other guy will say, well, did you know that our president said such and such? And then the first guy would say, yeah, but he's not the one that said it. Your man is the one that said it. Your man makes racial slurs all the time. And then the other lady, oh, I don't even want to say her name. That is the meanest woman. I don't know how anybody could vote for her. If you vote for him, that's the one that's going to be your president. Y'all wake up and read the writing on the wall. He has dementia. He's not going to be the president probably over 3 months, and then she's going to take over. Is that what you want running our beloved America? You have got to wake up, my beloved people. Someone has to tell the truth, and I was so impressed with that black man last night. I was so impressed with him. He was saying, talking about the other side, but was saying it so beautifully. I think I'll leave that one in so you can see what I have to cut out all the time. But he was saying it so kindly, so beautifully, and so eloquently, and the other man finally said, I did not know this. I cannot believe I did not know these things. He said, I was told my whole life I should vote this certain way, and he said, I never understood why. And he thanked the guy, thank you for telling me. They ended up hugging, and the guy told him that he would vote the other way. So I was just amazed. I was just amazed. And that was two, are you supposed to say men of color? I certainly don't want to offend anybody. I love people of color. I had many friends in my past, in my jobs, people of color. I was accused of having an affair with one of them once. I've been accused of a lot of things in my life that never happened. But anyway, that isn't very much fun to talk about, is it? All right, I'm going to go downstairs, kiss my husband goodbye, have a shake, and then I'm going to come back up here and try to force myself to clean this room up. Bye for now, my friends.